Did you guys miss me? Well, I'm back, kinda. Still recovering from surgery, but today we're gonna be taking a look at some new gear and see what you think about it, so stick around. So welcome back to the channel. It's been a very long 7 weeks. If you don't know, if you're new to the channel, if you're just tuning in for the first time, I had a hip replacement about 6-7 weeks ago, and I've been at home recovering and doing a majority of my videos from either in my house or very limited hiking out to small areas. And today, it's the end of July and it's super hot and humid, but this is an old stomping ground of mine. This is a public hunting area, and my stepson and I come out here quite a bit in the fall, do some deer hunting, and I'm gonna try some turkey this year. And I come out here when it's not hunting season and film quite a bit. A lot of my videos have been shot out here, so I thought I'd come out because I missed it and I wanted to scout it out a little bit, and I wanted to share with you some new stuff, in particular a new knife that I wanted to try out. And I know this little area back here I can park, and it's just a very short hike, and not even a hike, just a short walk to the edge of the woods, and I can get some sticks and some wood and do kind of a impromptu review of this new knife. So what I wanted to show you guys today is this new knife from BPS Knives. This is the Savage. So this is going to be a little bit of a tailgate review. I've got my little ready pack that I've put together and I carry with me. I did a video on this not too long ago, and I'll have a link down somewhere to this video. If you're interested in this, I've kind of been refining it, but it kind of carries all the essential items. And the Swiss Army knife Forester with a saw. Now this BPS Savage is a high carbon steel blade. This is the flat grind. I believe you can get this also in a Scandi grind. It has wood handles. I think this is like walnut. It has a very pronounced sharpened spine, and you can see that deep belly, and that drop point really lends itself to being a good all-purpose knife, in my opinion, because you can use this for bushcraft. You can also probably push this into cleaning game, doing chores around camp, cutting food, meat, things like that. And it also comes with a very nice heavy-duty leather sheath with a dangler. And this, I think, price point is under $45, $48, but I've actually seen this on Amazon even cheaper, like sub $40 range. So just, it pays to shop. But this is the flat grind version. Pretty comfortable in the hand. Has a very thin handle, you can see. I would say the only thing with this so far, just with little I'm doing, I can tell that I would probably prefer just a little bit beefier of handle, but I think wearing gloves or possibly wrapping that handle is going to address some of that issue. Give it a little bit more texture and beef, fill my hand a little bit better. I don't have huge hands, but I think it's the thinness that I'm feeling. But I do like the grip angle on it. And sharpness out of the box is very acceptable. She's curling very nicely. This would be a very good knife for someone who wants kind of an all-purpose survival bushcraft camp knife and doesn't want to spend a ton of money, because that's the problem with a lot of knives. You can really spend a ton of cash and not get something that's not good. And that's why you watch reviews of guys out in the field doing this kind of stuff. So that made quick work of that very dry piece of wood. Some maple, and there's also oak out here. There's a little bit of everything. Now here's the other thing that I was kind of blown away by, is how sharp the spine on this thing is. Most knives are kind of sharp and you have to kind of touch them up yourself, but this has a very pronounced edge. It's an old fire steel I've had for quite a while. I'm not really sure which brand it is. I've had it for such a long time, but let's see how it sparks. Holy cow, look at that. Wow. That has really thrown sparks. That is nice. I love it. Love it. Good job, BPS. Now, if you're not familiar with BPS knives, they make all sorts of really affordable bushcraft knives. And they are a company out of the Ukraine. So, don't know if that matters to you or not, but they are still producing knives, even with the current state of things in Ukraine. I will say that right here, the top part of the handle, it's a little proud. I can feel the spine coming through. The wood's a little bit offset from that, so that's definitely going to either get sanded down, or I'll probably just end up wrapping that handle with some hockey tape to make it a little bit more comfortable when I'm not wearing gloves in the summertime. But I think it's a good looking knife. Certainly performs very well. I like the size. I think this is like 4.5 inch blade, 4.3, something like that. But it is a very thin profile. See that? It's not overly thick. And I think for bushcraft knives, this is really what you want. You don't want something that's overly thick, because it's going to make carving tasks a little bit harder. This is going to make it much more manageable to use. Like a good dangler sheath. Makes life so much easier when you're sitting down, getting in and out of vehicles, things like that. It moves with you. And what's really surprising is that a price point of a knife like this with this kind of sheath is unbelievable, because, you know, if it was, I mean, I've had more expensive knives. I've had totally worse sheaths than this. This thing is actually very well made. I gotta say, this is becoming my probably preferred profile for knives is this drop point with a deep belly. I just find them so much more usable in the woods. Really can't wait to get out and camp with this thing because I think it's going to do phenomenal for camp chores. It is hot. There has been no break from the heat. And I know you guys down south are like laughing at me because you think this is nothing, but I don't know. Ohio can get very, very humid very quick. And I'm just not used to being out since I've been cooped up at home recovering. So getting out in this kind of heat is a little challenging. So just some cordage. This is 550 cord, nothing fancy. Cuts pretty easily. So it's carbon steel, but it's 1086 or 1068. It's a little hard to read. I'll have a caption down below for you guys so you can know exactly what it is. But high carbon steel, which of course is, I prefer it over pretty much anything. It's much easier to sharpen in the field. Yes, it will rust if you don't take care of it, so you need to make sure you clean and dry your knives off when you're using them out in the field, but also it will take a nice patina as I use it more, especially when you start cutting up fruits and vegetables and things like that. It's going to get a nice deep color to it, so this is definitely a keeper for me. I am really digging it. I think they did a nice job of producing you know, an affordable bushcraft knife that I think anybody could absolutely use. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. It is stinking hot, and there's not much more I can do. So this is just a quick video to show you this new BPS Savage. Check out their website. Also check out the affiliate links down below. There's an Amazon store. I'll have a link to BPS Savage down there, as well as some other BPS knives. Me and my buddies, we've been using BPS knives for a while now, and a lot of guys that I know really like them and think they do a great job, and I have to agree that the Savage is just it's a fantastic starting knife, or even an experienced bushcrafter. It's a really solid, slicey, well-built knife, fairly comfortable in the hand, needs a little work, but not too bad, and of course that sheath is just phenomenal. So if you like this content, do me a favor, hit that like button, consider subscribing. I try to release a video at least once a week, sometimes twice, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time on The Prepared Wanderer.